Hello. Oh, let me resize my chat because like I feel like it's too small.
Good
Biscuit.
evening.
Biscuit. Hello. Good evening. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Well, hopefully. It should be working. I'm just resizing. Yes. Okay. Hello. Oh my gosh. It's been like weeks now. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I can't tell. It's been like weeks and like a lot a lot has happened, honestly, because I just started school like most people did in the north, northern hemisphere. It's school time. And basically I started my art classes, I started my Japanese classes, and a pop music class for my other things. Disconnected? What do you mean disconnected? What the heck was that? Anyways, so I started my classes. I joined a bunch of clubs. Well, not a bunch. No, not disconnected. I joined some clubs, like an anime club. I joined other stuff, like a creative arts club and stuff. But I'm mostly only active for the what's it called? The creative arts and I'm mostly active for the anime club actually. But some news. It's also really fun because in my previous college, we didn't have any clubs. It was just like official organizations. Like it was, what's it called? Like organizations like, oh, the Dental Association, the Doctors United thing. Also, what the heck? My eyeball is covered. Is it? There we go. My eyeball is covered. You got to see the eye of Sauron, whatever the heck. It was covered by my scarf. Yeah, my eyeball. I do online school, so I ain't gotta do all that. True. Well, you're still in high school, so like, you don't have to do like other stuff. But in college, unless you do online college, then that's a different story. Anyway, so I joined like actual clubs this time. Yeah, you missed some shape-shifting. This is a new outfit. This is a new outfit I made. I announced it on the Discord. And an eyeball. Because I thought, I would be more godlike and like eldritch if I had like another eyeball. So I have like an eyeball. An extra eyeball. It's my third eye. But it's not on my forehead. There's no space on my forehead. My forehead's covered by hair. Anyway, so I got to actually join some clubs and be like active and stuff. And I'm trying to make new friends. Like, and it's really hard. I'm trying to make like friends with some of the people in the clubs, but they already kind of have their group. So like, it's kind of difficult to like, I don't know, join in. I'm trying though. I'm trying my best. I'm like going to like the hangouts every single time and like making my presence known. So at least like they know I exist, even if I don't talk that much. Then when girl says, eyes up here for real. My eyes are down there. My eyes are all with these. Wait. My eyes are both down and up here. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I got to join some clubs. I'm trying to make my presence known. And also, like, we're doing some projects. I'm gonna get to, like, other club stuff in a bit. Like, cause that's more recent news. But yeah, I'm trying to make my presence known. and stuff. And what else? It's kind of, well, I'm doing like art classes because I had to change my major again because the graphic design major for this college they're like, yeah, it's gonna be another 3 years. It's on top of the initial year because we have to get put into like it's only 3 years. It's only 3 years, but you would still have to do those 3 years because you have to get put into a block situation. It's kind of basically like they do a portfolio review, and then you get put into like art blocks, which are like designated classes or something like that. I don't really know how it is, but I didn't want to do 3 years for that. So like I decided to switch to just a general art major. That way I could finish in like 2 years instead of like 3. Like if I'm optimistic, like 2 years. It might be in 3 anyway, but like I also didn't like the graphic design program at the college I'm at, like compared to my previous college. My previous college, I preferred their graphic design program, but this one, it's more physical. It's kind of, what's it called? It's very manual labor intensive, very hands-on, but not digital, which I prefer the digital aspect. Like, because I really struggle with hands-on tasks a lot for some reason. Like, for instance, I'm in my sculpture class and I was like struggling a lot with my sculptures compared to everyone else because I really struggle with like 3D reasoning and like spatial reasoning type of things. I struggle like to like tell if things are straight or not, or like my rights and lefts get confused. So I'm not very good at spatial reasoning. So with physical objects where it's not just flat, it's kind of difficult for me to process and for me to actually do hands-on stuff. And my endorsement be video game design. You hated it, really? You're doing school years at once so I could graduate early. Oh, nice. Video game design. Oh, because I did that for my basically 3 years of my life. Video game programming. I like it. It's just I don't know. The programming is hard, and I'm like hard on myself. And so like I stopped. So I love design. I think what I discovered is I love design in general. So being like a general art major is like the best for me, so I could do design in like all fields and stuff and have experience in different things. So I could have like a variety of choices to choose from, like graphic design, video game design, toy design, which is what I really want to go into. Stuff like that. Doing 2 school years at once. Oh, interesting. That's hard. Do you take like a lot of classes? I don't know. Oh, and so I've been doing like sculpture classes, which is really fun. I'm making like a big 3D. Well, of course it's 3D. It's sculpture. It's a big cardboard Hello Kitty, and that's what I'm making. I don't know how to connect my photos, because then I would have to email myself my photos just so I could plug it in to the stream. So I can't really show you. Maybe I'll show you next time. But because I also have to paint it tomorrow. I'm doing Japanese classes because it's required to do 2 years of language for arts. Only having 9 classes. Yeah, just only 9 classes. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm used to my 4 classes in college. I can't handle 5 or 6. Well, I can't handle 5, not 6. But yeah. 9 is a lot. Good luck, soldier. Good luck. I'm saluting. You can't see it though, because my hands are stuck to my sides. I need to get one of those, like, hand things. Those rigged hands. So I could do, like, my gestures. Because I do a lot of gestures. Or, like, weird hand stuff. Anyway, so, like... yeah, there's that. What else? What else? Okay, so... that lesson more most other schools since middle I've been in it. Really? Really? I'm used to... well, because in... like... high school and middle school, I did like... what was it? 6-7 classes? 6-7. Nice. Anyways, like, something like that. Something. But like, 9 is a lot to me. That sounds like a lot. Because that's a lot of work. I couldn't handle that nowadays. Nowadays, it's like too much for me. Not you too. What do you mean? 6-7. Yeah, I learned what 6-7 was. 6-7. Isn't it from like that music thing? That guy that just juggles with his hands. He goes like 6-7 or something like that. I don't get it, but now I know about it. So now I'm I'm hip with the kids. Maybe. Bro, like at school, I'm like Unk status. I'm basically like one of the older students now, because now I'm 22, and all the students are younger than me, and it's strange. And like, stuff like that. And more, what? Most you've been in at like 10, what the heck? That's too many classes! How can you like pay attention to all of them? Yeah, cause surprisingly there's a lot of people like 20, 19, mostly 20, like in their 20s here. But like, usually 21, 20. Surprisingly, which is still kind of interesting that like a lot of people I've met are like that age and not like 18. Because most freshmen are like 18. I'm younger than most of my grade, yet still got called old. Bro, then what am I? What am I? I'm deceased. Not even in a wheelchair, I'm just in the ground, 6 feet under. I forget half my classes. Yeah, that's not effective learning. That's terrible. But at least you're getting it done. That's what's important. As long as it's applicable to like your classes in the future and your career. Anyway, so like, I kinda, what's it called? I'm in those clubs, okay, and I'm in my sculpture class, making a big ol' Hello Kitty out of cardboard. In Japanese, I have to learn for 2 years, so I already did 1 year of Japanese in my previous college 2 years ago, and now I'm in my first semester of my last year of Japanese. And so far we're learning grammar. I hate grammar. I'm bad at grammar, bro. Like, even when I was learning English grammar, like fancy words and fancy grammar in like middle school and high school, I operated purely on vibes, like what sounded good, which is not always the case with like proper grammar. And now I'm learning actual grammar, and so like it's kind of, I don't know, challenging because I operate on vibes with language. Yeah, so I'm learning like different like grammar rules for like Japanese, for like different sentence structures, like different types of sentences, like snooping around as usual. I see. What do you mean? What do you mean snooping? Who's snooping? Who is snooping? Oh my god, I got an eyelash directly in my eyeball. Hold on. Oh, this hurts. I just pulled out 3 lashes and I didn't even get it. Be right back. I'm gonna go like static for a second. I have a mirror right here. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why an eyelash decided to attack my eyeball in that moment. Dr. Eggman. Where's Dr. Eggman? I'm not Dr. Eggman. Oh, did I tell y'all that, like, my boyfriend forced me to watch, like, all 3, like, Sonic movies? Now I'm looking forward to the last one. Not last one, but, like, the 4th one. That's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out. Imagine just having eyelashes in your eyeball, not actual hair. Hair, not air. What do you mean? Having eyelashes in your eyeball and not actual hair. That confuses me. There shouldn't be hair in your eyeballs. That's not right. That is very much not right. Yeah. So I'm learning some Japanese phrases. Like right now, the grammar I'm learning is sugeru, which is too much. And using that in phrases. And I'm learning I completely forgot. Bro, I'm a failure at learning Japanese. We're learning, of course, new vocab and stuff, but I've been like reviewing all my old stuff because I need a refresher. And I hate conjugation. I hate conjugation so much. Bro, why do I have to conjugate? At least, so far in Japanese, it's pretty simple to conjugate. There's like polite form, and there's the casual form, and then from there there's like present positive, present negative, and past negative and positive, which isn't that many compared to like Spanish. Bro, like when I was learning Spanish, they have like so many forms, like insane amount of forms. It's not just like positive, negative, past, and future. It's like there's like different tenses, like like questioning, and then like different tenses, like I don't even know. I don't remember what they're called because that's fancy words. But it was like there's too many forms to conjugate into just for like a simple phrase. Hold on, let me turn this up. And like, it's ridiculous. At least with Japanese, it's just past, present, negative, positive, and polite, impolite. Well, not impolite, it's more like casual. So far. Understood Russian better than Spanish for real. I didn't learn grammar though, which is likely more difficult. Yeah, grammar sucks. Like for instance, taberu. Taberu means, I don't know what smell is in Japanese. I'm not stinky. No. Taberu is to eat. Tabeta is to eat in like short casual form. I think in the past form. No, that's like present form. See, I'm bad at conjugation. Tabenai is present to not eat. Yeah, I got an eye in my neck. It's not even in my neck, it's on my chest. See? Oh my gosh. Anyways. And then there's katta, I think, which is like past short form, positive. And then there's tabenakatta. Or is it tabekunakatta? It might be that. Something like that is like past negative short form. Farts in Japanese. I don't know I don't know what fart is. I know wind is kaze. Then why are you learning it? I have to learn it. I have to learn a language for 2 years. And I chose Japanese for 1 year because it was required to do 1 year in my previous college. Now it's required to do 2, so I'm just continuing. So I don't have to do 2 more years of a different language. Learn English. I know English. I'm very English good. I'm very English good. Easy peasy, exactly. Lemon squeezy. Yeah, so I'm learning some Japanese. We're learning like sicknesses and like other little words here and there. Learn gibberish. I can't speak gibberish. I'm very English good. You got that, champ? Yep. I'm very, very English good. Very English great. Mostest good. Yes. Great. I chose Spanish, learned nothing. Bro, I learned Chinese, like Mandarin, for like a year or so. I don't remember anything except for "wo" is I, D, I is like R or is or something. Long is dragon. And xie xie is thank you. Ni, er, san, si, wo, yo, shi, or something like that. Those are numbers. Yeah, that's all I remember. In Spanish, I can't tell you. I did it for 2 years in 1 year. Like 2 years worth in 1 year. No. No. Oh, that was in middle school and then in high school. I learned Spanish in middle school. In high school, I learned Chinese, like Mandarin. I'm learning Japanese now. So that's what I'm learning now. Yeah. If you told me to come up with a sentence on the top of my head in Japanese, I don't know what to tell you. I panic and then my brain forgets everything. Bro, like the moment they tell me to read, I'm like the slowest reader in Japanese. I'm like really slow, like compared to everyone else in class. And we have to do a Kahoot too on Wednesday, and I'm terrible. Well, last time me and my partner in the class got like 5th place, so I guess we're not terrible. But I might be terrible this time. I don't know. Went to one school. Mandarin and Spanish were mandatory for every year. Mostly the numbers I remember from Mandarin. I don't know the numbers in Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something. Dulce de leche. That is definitely a number. Sweet milk. Yummy, 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 yummy. I love dulce. Dulce is so good. It's like caramel almost. It's so yummy. Incredible. I know I'm a master at languages. There's like this guy on YouTube that like masters all languages, especially like Chinese. And like I'm comparable. You know, like I know so many numbers. If it was a counting competition, I would win. Thank you, I'm very impressive. Don't remember much from Spanish. I used to be good with vehicles though for some reason. Carro. That's car. That's all I know. In Japanese, Subaru. Toyota. Mitsubishi. Is that a car? I don't even know what that is. Yes, I am the master of language. No one can compare. But, let's see. What other car brands? That's a brand. Truck-kun. You've been hit by, you've been struck by truck. Wow! You know the brand of truck? Toyota. Toyota. Apparently another word for six in Spanish is sexo. Yeah, it's like a Japanese person saying sex. Yeah. I remember from Hamilton some of the French numbers. Onda trois con sexy setuina. That's up to 9. Because there's literally a song where they count in French because the kid is dying. Very positive. Positive. Neuf. Yeah, that's what I said. I said neuf. That hurt to hear. Isn't that bad? I just remember. That's from the song. Maybe it's old French. I don't remember. I don't know. That's what they counted as. Anyway, I'm the master of language. Number 1. Is correct, but the pronunciation is simply Yes. It is great. I'm great at pronunciation. I can't speak with a French accent. That's not even French accent. What am I doing? That's not even a French accent. French. 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 Hon hon. Baguette. Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Pomme. Speak like Widowmaker. I don't know what she sounds like. Is she French? I don't know. I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. Or French. 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 I always do my R's like the back of my throat because in like elementary I had to learn Hebrew. I only remember like the prayers and like what's it called? I remember the prayers and I remember the plagues. And that's all I can tell you. And also, dag is fish. That's a very important word. French. French. French? French. 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 Ah. Finch. French. Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Mon ami. Je m'appelle Lafayette. The Lancelot. The Revolutionary. Sick. I use the front of the mouth. I thought it was the back of my mouth. I've been using the back of my mouth. French. French. Finch. Finch. I'm trying my best. It's funny because when it comes to English pronunciation, and Hebrew pronunciation. I'm really good. Really good. At least that's what the autism assessment said. That I have super pronunciation in English. But that's it. That's all I have. I'm not even like super at like reading or math. I'm actually like average, below average on math. It was bad with like basic stuff because then they didn't teach me good. I just have good pronunciation. That's all I have. I don't even have autism powers. They just gave me good pronunciation in English, and that's all I have, and that's like useless. The most useless skill. I don't even have like special powers like calculating or like computer science skills or like trains. That's also a superpower. I just have the Twisted Wonderland autism. And, well, it's currently that. I just get obsessed and I read the wiki, and I know everything on the wiki. And that's it. That's all I have. That's all I have to my name. Nothing. I have nothing. Yeah. So, there's that. What was I gonna talk about? It was... yeah, my classes. I'm also doing a digital fabrication class. Bro, I have stuff to say about my group partners in that class. Entire server of French people. Is that what? The French Discord? You just have me saying French. Oui, French. And that's it. I leave the server. I get kicked from the server. I'm banned from France. Forever. And anyway, so like in the digital fabrication class, we're learning how to use different hardware, specifically like printers, laser printing. What's it called? Laser cutting machine, risographs, 3D printers, sublimation, things like that. And so for our 2D printing, our regular printing like inkjet and laser, we have to be in groups, and we're making a booklet. So I'm partnered as the only art BA major with 2 graphic design majors, which 2 of them, well, the majority of them are graphic design majors. And so like I get partnered with them because they partner like everyone, like the teacher partnered everyone. She's really cool. She also has autism. And she's just chill. But like the partners I was with, they only gave me drawing to do because they're like, oh, we're the graphic design majors. We do all the typography. We do the layouts. We do everything in the book. Oh, but you can do illustration because, yeah. So I did illustration, and I could actually show you guys the illustrations I did because I had to take scans of them. Image 4. I'm gonna show you guys the illustrations I did. They're based off like photographs and stuff. So let me show you like this one. Like they're like 2D scans. This is one of my illustrations. It's a frog, a quack frog, because we were doing Aesop's Fables. Frog. And then we have, what else? A mule. This one, they wanted me to add more lines, so I did, but I don't like it with more lines, because then it's like, it's hard to tell what, like it looks like a zebra, because of all the lines, and because I was limited in brush width. Let's see, 6 stag. This one I like the most. Yeah, things like this. They had me do these drawings, and then they decided to take a look at them after I'd already lined them and completed them, because they didn't really say anything about the drawings and the sketches. And they were like, yeah, these are kind of rough sketches. Like, yeah, we'll clean them up in digital. And I was like, yeah, they're definitely sketches. They're definitely sketches. And then they're not sketches. They were fully lined and everything. And then they were like, oh, we're not going to use some of these drawings. Actually, I want to do a different story because some of these have duplicate animals in them. Like this story has a frog and this story also has frogs and this one also has frogs. So let's do different stories. And at first that's like fine, but then I already had completed the drawings for the initial frogs stories. And so I had to draw more. And then they changed even more and added more stories. And so I had to draw more. And then they were like, oh, but the sketches are rough. They look rough. And they're like sketches, right? They're not sketches. They're not sketches. They're fully lined. And I scanned them and everything. And then what's great is not last Friday actually. It was the Friday before last Friday. The Friday before last Friday, one of the girls in the group decided to put my work into AI to make it look better. And she was like, I like these better. They're still the drawings, but they look better. They're not as rough. And basically being insistent on trying to use those. Luckily, the guy in the group was like preferred my style. But it was a little insulting because he called them like doodles. To me, they weren't really doodles. I was trying my best. And like, I don't know, that because they're indirectly calling my work childish and like not good looking. And basically saying like the AI looks better. And I was like, oh, great. Wow. So that like made me angry. I directly told her like I was actually insulted that she would do that, like put my work into AI, especially as an artist, because they literally are like taking artist jobs. And if you're basically using AI to make it look better, first of all, that goes against art's principles, since art like has a message to tell. It tells about the like artist itself, like themselves, and like it's a human touch. It's imperfect. Like no drawing is perfect, because like you could see like directly like the ink blots and like the shaky hand, and because it's not like with a corrector or anything, it was just traditional scanned in, and they try to make it different just to look better, which art is not about just looking good. Illustrations are not just about looking good, they always reflect something. And like it's an insult, like a horrible insult to put it in AI to look better or to make a pretty drawing, because if it's just about beauty, it's not art. Art has a message. Even like anime drawings reflect a lot about the artist. And like even if it's just like ecchi stuff, then it just means the artist was horny. And it reflects like all like the details like that they focus on and stuff like that, and like their studies and everything. It reflects a lot, and yet they put it in AI and just to make it look like a pretty drawing instead of like a human drawing. And that was very insulting. Anyway, so in that class now we're going into more like 3D printing. So I'm gonna have to make a little 3D model and print it using the printers there. Oh my god, that example. I'm not gonna repeat that. His art was interesting. It was just different than the style they were looking for. Yeah. Rejected art student. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. Anyway, so like, yeah. There's always a message behind like art and stuff. His work, for example, was realistic. It's a good copy of like visuals, but it doesn't really have a message to it. I think that's why it was rejected. It not only was it not like the modern taste of art, it didn't have a message to it. It was just like recreation of like visuals, like a building or like things he saw, which is fine, but that's also something easy to do, especially as an artist. Like when you grow as an artist, drawing from visual becomes the easiest thing to do, just copying from reference. It's harder to make something with a message using your skills. And I don't mean like in just a blot paint and say it's all about depression and they will love it. It's not like that. It's more like using the actual principles, like using principles of art and messaging, like very intentionally. That's like the hard thing though. That's what a good critic should notice in like art, is the intention behind it and purposeful like placement of things and like intentional things. Because it's one thing for like a random dude to place like blots on a paper and say it's art. It's another thing for like an artist to like place blots on a paper, but like with intention. Like not just blots on a paper, it was like they were placed within this specific distance, they were this specific color, this specific ink, because it meant this. And that's what makes it interesting, is when there's actual reason for it. The hard part is distinguishing the intentional blots from the unintentional messes and like pretentious artists. That's when it becomes harder for like a critic to actually distinguish it, because you can't read someone's mind. So that's why you get some like meaningless art sometimes versus meaningful like abstract art. It's a thing. It's a big thing. Because it's hard to distinguish like a good persuasion from like actual intention and like not just fancy words placed down prettily. It's about like there's actual like thought behind it and not just thought up words. Watched a video about modern art and not gonna lie, brought up some good points about the stupidity of a lot of it. Yeah, it's hard to tell like what's just pretty and what's just abstract with a pretentious meaning versus abstract with like there was actual force behind it, like there was someone literally put their heart into it, even if it was just 2 dots. Like it's something like difficult, and because of that, that's why I don't prefer abstract art like most people, because you can't really distinguish the difference between pretentious and intentional. So it's better, I prefer other mediums and other artists, like art types, whatever you call it, different genres, because you could tell a lot more. Like a person who had just buckets of sand fall over. Yeah, I've heard of like some pretty bad ones. There's some good ones in there. A good form of modern art, like abstract art, is something red. That's what I think it's called, that, something red, or something similar to that. It's the color red, or whatever. And it made people so angry that they slashed up the canvas and they had to repair it, but they could never repair it the same way because the brush strokes were so like delicate and so like blended in like a specific way that not anyone could just replicate it to cover up the slash marks. They were never able to fully replicate it. And art like that, I think, is really special because not only is it so specific, it's also, it generates a reaction that's very honest, because like people got so mad that why is there just the color red on a canvas in my art gallery? It's so pointless, it's so stupid. But that red was made in such a way, not only the color, but also like the brush strokes were so specific that it couldn't be replicated. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, Banksy is another one I really like. Though it's kind of difficult because now his works are becoming like so popular. Yeah, they got so mad they slashed up the drawing. That's how mad they were about the color red on a canvas. Which shows that, yeah, it's good messaging. If it makes you feel something so strongly that you have to do something about it, maybe that art is actually proving something, you know? Like, you shouldn't be getting that angry about art. You should be indifferent if it meant nothing to you. You shouldn't be angry about it. If it's making you angry, it's making you feel something and it did its job. And red is for anger. So, like, at least in Western society, it's for anger. Which is really funny. Yeah. Anyway, with Banksy, it's also kind of interesting because, like, for instance, there was his artwork that was put up for auction that was shredded. Because the whole point is his artwork is not to be sold, but unintentionally, it became even more valuable after being shredded because it had a message behind it. That's why it became valuable. But the artist, it's almost like a juxtaposition because the artist, in contrast, was trying to send the message that his art is not just a commodity, but by having such a message, it commodified it more because it became more valuable having such a message, like a strong message. If it's shredded fully, it would have been different, but a broken way. That's true too. If it was fully shredded and it fell to the ground in pieces, it would have been less valuable. Especially if the shredder, like, was able to actually do more than just shred it into vertical divots. If it was actually like a grinder instead of a shredder, that would have been the best option. Oh, bye, James. Hey, bye. Yeah, if it was a grinder instead of a shredder hidden in there, I think it would have been much, much better for his messaging. Because when it's grinded up and shredded, like, in that way, it can't be restored. At least without, like, someone very, very meticulous. And even then, it's, like, almost impossible if it would fall to the floor shredded in that way. Because of the fact that it's now randomized and it's, like, such small pieces that you would need, like magnifying glasses to, like, even tell, like microscope to tell, like, oh, the pigment was here in this specific place, there was this little bit of dust that matches up to this type of thing. But since the shredder was just a simple shredder and it broke midway, it just became more valuable. And, like, even if it was shredded, it would have been the same issue because someone could just piece it together pretty easy. New mosaic just dropped. Grinded pieces. Imagine some experts piecing it together. I wouldn't be surprised because that's happened in the past. But that's with, like, ancient art. Like, archaeologist level. But, yeah. So, that's kind of what I think about with, like, art and stuff. And that having to do with my art. just trying to prettyify it by AI, it's just messed up because you lose the humanity in it. All that messaging, all the intention behind it, you miss all of that just for a pretty picture. Just for something visually appealing and not like emotionally appealing. Not something that makes you think like, even like if I drew right now and I donated it to a thrift store, someone's gonna see it and be either like, oh, this is just a pretty picture. Someone else might see it and think how sad this artist donated their work, or I believe like this. Or maybe, of course it was donated, it looks like this. That still triggers an emotion, like how sad versus like indifference. Yeah. It's like emotion is really important to art, and just like how people think is so important to art. Thoughtless art is not art. Thoughtless pictures are not art. Saw an incredible video essay about what creativity does to someone. Send that because I would love to like review that. Because like creativity is such a important thing for humans. Not only does that lead to innovation, but like it leads to just art. It leads to inspiration for people to do things. You should probably gain Chicory a colorful tail. Oh, I should look that up. Okay, I'm keeping that in mind. Let me Google it. Copy paste. There we go. Now I have it saved for next time. Send them both to you. Oh, thank you. That makes it much easier. Yeah. So with that, like whole AI thing, like that girl putting my work in AI to make it look pretty, it was just like a mess for me emotionally because of all my thoughts, you know, like that you just heard, and how I really felt about that. Like I was just like literally I felt my heart like thumping. I was so angry. I was like shaking, and yet I had to be really calm and like, you know, I didn't want to like do anything. I just told her I was insulted, and my voice was so shaky because I was so mad. Like genuinely I was shaking with rage, and like it was not a fun feeling. Like, especially because of my views with AI, just to have that done to my art against my will was horrible. It was genuinely like really bad and insulting, like to such a degree. Especially with all my views on art, all artists' views on art, the taking over of artists' jobs with AI just because people want prettiness and not art. It stinks. It stinks. Stinky. Anyway, so yeah. Digital fabrication class, Japanese class. I have pop music class, which is pretty interesting because it's going through the pop music of Americas, and it's an online class. So I'm doing that. And send it to you. Thank you. I am doing that. And, like, it's pretty easy. And we get to do a group presentation at the end, which I'm pretty excited for. Because we get to work up to it, like, in bits, like, every week. Almost, like, every other week. Till the end of class. And mine is about video game music, because that's important to me. Like, that's what kind of got me into wanting to do video games, like programming, like Undertale's music specifically, and storytelling and all that. That was beautiful to me. And my love of games comes with the soundtracks. That's what sticks in my mind when I think about games, is like their soundtracks and their characters. Like those are the two things above all. Not even their story, but just the characters and their characterization, the music that went with them. If it's beautiful music, it can make you feel stuff, because it's also art. And so I'm doing like my presentation about that. And so I'm working on that. Back to clubs. So with the Creative Arts Club, I'm in that club right now, but I haven't been able to go to any meetings. They don't really have that many meetings because they're actually missing officers to control different aspects of the club. They have like a treasurer and a main officer, and like that's kind of it. They have like a bunch of officer positions missing, specifically social media and programming. And I applied. You want an example for a game? Look up Guilty Gear. Ooh. Is Guilty Gear the... I'm trying to think. That's Metal Gear Solid I'm thinking of. Guilty Gear is the fighting game, right? Yeah. Anyway, so like, I applied to be an officer for that group, and I actually got selected to be the programming officer. Basically, I do the events for the group. So I'm very, very excited for that. I'm gonna be a little more busy because of that, but I'm gonna try to stream more. I get to do the events, and I'm thinking of several things we could do for the Creative Arts Club. Like fun things, like group events and other events and stuff. Just planning things, that's kind of what I get to do. They're gonna talk to me about my responsibilities a little bit later in the future. Like, maybe in a week or so, maybe something like that. I get to meet with the main officer to like discuss my responsibilities. But I think that's like my prime responsibility, is to do like the events, schedule things, and organize like events, like what sort of things I need to bring or activities, and like how much that would cost, because I need to discuss that with the treasurer. Things like that. So it's a lot. Kitten, you're on my desk. She's just gonna be here, I guess. Probably block my view at times. Yeah. I've also started a junk journal because I've been so bored. Like lately, I've been really struggling with like, what's it called? Like, not just boredom, but like emotional changes since I started school. I'm gonna put her down, hold on. Not literally, but like also literally. She's not dying, she's just getting put on the floor. Yeah, it's like a scrap journal. It's like scrapbooking, but with like junk and stuff, and like writing materials. It's basically scrapbooking actually, but like a journal. But nowadays, people are calling it junk journals because you use junk. So like I've gotten a bunch of supplies for it, and I just started my journal, and I'm excited. Very excited. I'm gonna show it on stream like when I get further in like more days written about and like stuff like that. And maybe I could work on it on stream, I don't know. But I've started that. But yeah, my emotions have kind of been changing a lot since I started school. Like, I've constantly been bored and needing to do stuff, and I've been like, especially with making friends, my rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which is basically like, it comes with ADHD and autism a lot of times. Basically it's like, if I feel rejected by someone in any sort of way, it doesn't have to be romantically. I mean like socially rejected by someone, like in any way, in any form, then I get like severely depressed. Like I overthink things and then I get really depressed. So that's been happening a lot because making new friends is hard. They already have their own groups. And so sometimes like I try to hang out with them, and then I kind of like feel rejected due to like circumstances. Like for instance, I was trying to make friends with this one guy, and so he invited me to like go with this group of people to get like hot dogs. And so I was like, yay, I'm invited. But the thing is, for some reason, they all went into one car, and it was just me and him stuck in one car. So it was very awkward. I tried making small talk, but he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like focus on the road. So I was like, okay. That was kind of strike number one for my brain, like thinking, oh, he hates me. It's the worst. He hates me, and everything is horrible, and you are the worst type of feeling. Basically, so like, we went to the hot dog place. We were still alone, so it was very awkward because we got there first. And, well, no, that wasn't strike number one. That was like strike number like 3 or something. Strike number one was because, when I was talking to him earlier in the day before this, we got like Chick-fil-A. Like, he was like, do you want Chick-fil-A? And I was like, yeah. So like I went with him, we both got Chick-fil-A, and like, he lost his earbud. Now, after he lost his earbud, I tried helping him find it. And I was like really proactive in trying to find it because I wanted to be friends. And like, I want to make a good impression. So like, I was trying to look for it. I like offered also like when we got Chick-fil-A to pay for his stuff, but he's like, no. So I was like, okay. And like, basically I was trying to look for his earbud, and he was kind of in a really bad mood after that, I could tell. Like, he was kind of distant, but then my brain takes that distant, and instead of being like reasonable and being like, oh, it's because of his earbud, like that was my first thought, is because it's his earbud. But then over time, when he continues to be distant, like that day, my brain started to take it like blah blah blah, like overthinking. And I was overthinking like, oh, he must not like me because like he's being really distant all of a sudden, and he's not really talking to me. And like, yeah, so like I got really upset, and like I was kind of thinking about it a lot, even while eating my hot dog, because then I was thinking about the group, and the group wasn't really talking to me. They were kind of like talking to each other, and I wasn't included as much. Which is, to be fair, because I was still a new person in the club, and they didn't know me that well, so it's like fair. But like, my brain is like, oh, they're not including me, I must not be like, they must not like me, instead of it just being them unfamiliar with me and not sure how to talk to me. But my brain took it as like, oh, like, they don't like me, they don't want to be friends with me, I'm not welcome here, everything is horrible and it sucks. So it like starts going overboard, and that's rejection sensitivity dysphoria for you. Like, that's what it does, is like unreasonable reaction in my brain. Yeah. So like, it's to be expected. Like, I can think about it now and it's to be expected, but in the moment, my brain was overthinking. And that's the problem, is my brain overthinks a lot. And so like my brain, and recently my emotions have been going like up and down severely, because I get really excited to be included by people like that day, but then I overthink things, and then I put myself into like the worst depression. Because like, I talked to it with my boyfriend, and like I felt really invalidated by him, because even though he was trying to be like reasonable and like explain like why they might be like that, I was like not in the right state of mind to really process and reason. I was just all emotions. So like, I was like, I felt really bad that day after having like the best day ever that day too. So it's like my emotions have been going up and down a lot. And so like, more medicine changes, yay! That always happens. I always have to get more medicine changes because my, like, things can't be predicted sometimes. How I react to like situations, especially with schooling. But yeah, been trying to make friends. It's been hard because like, not many people are talking to me. I'm talking to like 2 dudes that are like really nice and have like welcomed me into the group. It was mostly this one dude who welcomed me into the group and introduced me to people. This other guy, he was also like newer to the group, and like we became kind of friends. And then, like, of course my brain overthinks because, like dumb stuff. And, like, yeah, so we, like, when I do see him, we do talk a little bit. But most of the time, it looks like people don't really talk to me because it looks like I'm working, when in reality, I just want people to talk to me. I am working because I need to pretend like I have something to do instead of just being sitting there in the hangout doing nothing, because if I do that, then it'll be obvious, like, I don't know, something. I don't know how to put it. It's like, it'll be obvious that, like, I have nothing to do and I have no purpose of being there. So it's like, I always try to, like, do my work. Like, recently, it's been me taking my past notes from Japanese and me working on that. Which is for a good reason, because I need to retake those notes so I remember. But also, I'm just waiting for people to talk to me. Because I get so shy to, like, talk to people. And, like, I don't know, it's, like, hard for me to, like, say hi. Like, I the first few days I was able to do that. I was able to get out of my shell and actually, like, talk to people, and people welcome me in. But after that, when people have already met me, it's no longer, like, an exciting thing and they don't really notice me. So, like, I end up just sitting in the middle of, like, our little hangout spot for the anime group, and, like, not being included, but also just being there, like, existing, but not really being, like, oh, like, welcome in, like, let's hang out type of thing. Which is hard, because I know it's, like, they're unfamiliar with me still. Like, they're used to my presence now, but they're still, like, they don't know me. And that's where I probably have to, like, go out of my way to, like, talk to them. But also, they have their own groups, and that makes it harder for me to just barge in and be like, what are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. I see what you're doing. And, like, half the time it's like, first off, you don't barge into a group that's just talking and be like, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Like, I mean, you kind of can, but, like, a lot of times if they're in the middle of talking, or, like, they have a conversation going, just being, like, talking as if you're in the group is, like, weird. I think, I don't know social things. It's like, I don't know, it's for, like, I want to just talk to people, but, like, there's so many, like, social rules and things that I can't do that I just shut down because I don't understand. Yeah, it can be very awkward, because then they'll just look at you like, who is this person? Like, why, we didn't invite this person, why are they, like, just talking? Why they just barge in? So it's like, I can't, because they already have their own groups, and they're talking a lot of times at the hangout. So, like, it becomes very awkward for me, because I end up just sitting there, and, like, either wait for someone familiar, or, like, I have to barge in. Like, that feels like my only choices. I don't really have, like, a third option where I could, like, slowly, like, I don't know, introduce myself and, like, become familiar with them. I only do that on the Discord, so I'm becoming familiar with some of the people through the Discord, but, like, it's not like they don't recognize me in person, so it doesn't really help as much. Yeah, so I'm learning to socialize, which is more than I did at my previous college, because at my previous college, I would just stay alone, like, all the time, because I was so beyond scared to talk to people. Now it's more like I want to talk to people, I just don't know how. But I'm less scared. I'm not, like, terrified like I was. So things are improving, and I've become more friendly and, like, welcoming. I always try to include people in my conversations, because, like, the first few days I actually had groups of people talking to me, and I felt like the happiest ever, because, like, yay, people are listening to me. There's, like, people. I can make friends. And that's all I want. That's all I want is like people to listen to me, because people don't know what I'm thinking. People like, I don't know, just don't notice me, and I never get my thoughts out. Like, doing streaming is like one of the only ways I can get my thoughts out and like talk about my day besides to my mom. Because it's like I don't have people to do that with. And it sucks. And like my one friend from college, she's like busy doing her own thing, like job wise. So I don't really get like the one-on-one, like in-person talk. Act how like you want others, that helps a lot. True. That's what I try to do, but I get shy. I get really shy. It's hard. It's hard to get over shyness. Like whenever I was in a group, like I was definitely like every time I'm in a group setting, I always try to be like, wait, guys. So what were you saying over here? Like if this guy was trying to talk or something, and like they kept getting interrupted, I interrupt the group to be like, oh, what are you saying? I want to hear what you're thinking. Because like that's what I wish people would do for me. I also have trouble making friends and talking. There's been times where my social anxiety has been really bad to the point where I can't talk. Isn't there something holding me back from talking? When someone tells me hi, I would try to say hi back, but nothing would come out and people would just see me as a rude person. Even though I wasn't trying to be rude, but my anxiety is taking over. I relate to that a lot. Sometimes, especially when I was in my first year of college, in my previous college, UIW, my first year was really rough because, well, it wasn't too bad because I was expecting not to talk to anyone, but it was kind of lonely. But especially later years, it became like really tough because like my anxiety was so bad that it was like the same situation where someone would say hi and like I try to say hi and either it comes out super quiet or it doesn't come out at all. Like it goes like someone says hi, I'm like hi, and that's what comes out, like a squeak, and like so they don't understand what I'm saying, and then I can't make friends because of that. Luckily, it's gotten better for me just by experience talking to people, forcing myself to, and having someone that can, like having people that like are able to talk for me helps. And then I could talk for myself when I have the chance. It's just been time for me that's been helping my anxiety and just practicing talking to people. Like especially streaming has helped me the most. Streaming is what got me used to like talking, like having something to say at all moments. Cause a lot of times I have nothing to say and nothing to add to the conversation, so I just stay quiet. And then there's like other times where I want to speak so badly, but I can't. And not only because I don't have something to talk about, but like because like I'm so scared of talking and then people looking at me that way, like where they look at you like with that looks sad. That looks sad. Not like that emotion, but like, you know, with the raised eyebrow, like they kind of have like, you know, they look at you judgmental because they're like, who is this person? Why are they talking? And like, what the heck? It's been difficult. So like, I don't always talk because of that, but like, I've been trying hard to like get myself to talk to people when I can, and be like, if they say something I'm really excited to talk about, then I force myself to say something, which is really hard. That is like the hardest thing to do, is like forcing yourself to say something out loud. Because sometimes it's like, what will they say in response? How will they see me? And then you get so anxious you don't talk. And then like, but by forcing myself sometimes to talk is how I've made previous friends and like people wanting to talk to me, because then I make my presence known. It's what I've been forcing myself to do more. Like when I get the chance, especially if someone's like alone or like talking in a group of two and they're kind of talking out loud and it's like I'm already kind of in the group, then it's easier for me to like talk out loud and barge in. because I don't know how else to socialize. I love autism. I love the tism. Bro. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, streaming has helped me a lot with that. And learning to talk to people, because before I used to have such bad anxiety, I couldn't even talk to people online. Like, at all. I used to get so anxious in like forums and stuff. Like, I could only do forums. I could never do chat rooms because they scared me too much. But like now I can kind of like barge in a little bit, just a little bit. And I'm still learning like the best ways to like talk to people. But like that little barging in sometimes has helped me, because then people know about me, they know what I'm thinking, and they kind of get like, oh, like kind of curious. And like at first they're like, what the heck? Who is this person? Why are they talking to me? But later they're kind of like, oh, it's this person again. And later after that they're like, oh, what's your name? And then after that it's kind of like they kind of wanted to get to know you. And that's what it's been. Like one of my middle school friends, I remember they were trying to talk about 21 Pilots with this one dude, and the dude was trying to gaslight them into thinking like, oh, it's like multiple people. It's 21 Pilots. There's 21 people in the group. And because I was popular at the time, like starting to become popular, and I really liked 21 Pilots. So then I barged in and I was like, no, it's 2 people. And they kind of looked at me weird, and I just said sorry and like put my head down. But after that, the girl that was talking was like, she said she thought I was cool. And like that made my day, because she like was trying to talk to me randomly. Like she was trying to like actually get to know me, because sometimes I would like speak out, and like she thought it was like cool. And that was really cool, because I said one thing. I used to be into 21 Pilots. Yeah. Not anymore. If you guys talk about Breach. Oh, but like I don't know the new songs. I don't know any of the new songs. I know all the Blurryface songs. I know some of their older songs. But like that's it. I don't know any of their new songs. Sadly, I still know all the lyrics to like Blurryface songs, and I could like sing it. When do you stop? Probably like when I got into high school, because like friends and stuff. Trench-ish. I think when I stopped, it was what songs came out? There was Jumpsuit, whatever the words. I don't remember the words to that song. Jumpsuit, something like that. That was one of their songs that came out, and by then I was kind of losing interest. Yeah, Trench. Yeah. So I stopped around then, like when that was coming out, because I started losing my friendships that like I could connect to about them. And one of the friends was also kind of like, yeah, it's kind of overrated now, and like I'm not as interested in them now. And so I was like, oh, I'm not interested either. Even though I still really like them. But then like because that friend I really looked up to was like all of a sudden into other stuff and like not into 21 Pilots, I like stopped being into 21 Pilots because I had no one to relate to, and because it was no longer cool to my friend. Jumpsuit, cover me. Yeah, so that's kind of when I stopped, but I was so into it back then. I went to the concert, like a couple concerts. That was my first concerts. And yeah, the 10-year lore. Oh my god, it's coming to an end? Really? What the heck? Bro, it's been so long. I think my favorite songs, I need to remember. There's like Kitchen Fork, I think. Is that one of the songs? It's like an old song. like before Blurry Face and before like the previous album before that. They're like those songs are not on Spotify. Kitchen Sinks, Kitchen Fork, Kitchen Sink. Oh my god, that was one of my songs I liked. Now that's embarrassing. I called it Kitchen Fork, Kitchen Sink. You don't know what that means. Kitchen fork to you is not a kitchen fork to me, okay, friend? Are you searching for a purpose? I don't remember the words. Oh, it's been so long. I was thinking of the Jack Conte song. Something for kitchen fork it might have been also. It's like a different song from a different artist. I think I was thinking of that and it got it confused. I was meaning Kitchen Sink. There was also, Jack Conte. Conte. Something like that. I don't remember. Yeah. Nowadays I'm like into other artists. I'm really into System of a Down. I've been into them for like a while. It's not like I'm not as obsessed with Blurry Face. I'm not as obsessed with them as like 21 Pilots. Because I've never really been the person to know like albums and like every single song. Nowadays I just like go into like whatever I like, whatever songs I like, and learning some new songs, but generally sticking to what I know. Instead of like trying to know all the lore and all everything like I did with 21 Pilots. Because I mostly did that for like the friend, because the friend was super into it. And like, so I learned all about it to like be competition to her, because she would be like, oh, you don't know those songs? And I'd be like, no. And like, I wanted to compete with her in knowing all the lyrics. That's why I got so into it. Please listen to Next Semester right now. I think you'd really like it. Ooh. Maybe not right now, but like, I want to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it. Speaking of which, I always say that and I never get into it, but like, I need to. Okay, but speaking of which, also K-pop Demon Hunters, I have not seen still. I've still not seen it. And everyone's like, oh, you should really watch it. Promise me you're gonna watch it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow at 6 p.m. I forget. 6 p.m. happens. And I'm like, I remember it, but then I'm like, I have other stuff to do. And then cute. It's like, difficult. I remember with like 21 Pilots, one of my friends was so obsessed with Josh Dunn. And so she was like, hey, he got married! Or like engaged or whatever's happening now. He got engaged or married or something. My Little Soda Pop. I don't know the words and I don't know the words. I don't know the words and something soda pop. Whatever. I still haven't watched this. I can do Golden. But like, kind of. He's got a kid now. What the heck? Well, I can kind of do Golden. If it's like on the spot, I would not be able to do it because my voice changes a lot. And like, I will start voice cracking and going to head voice instead of like my proper voice when singing because I get nervous. So I can't really do Golden. I kind of want to do Golden. Speaking of karaoke, actually. See that little goal thing up there? That little sparkle right there? If I get to 200, we'll do a karaoke meme reaction and community Gartic phone stream and like stuff like that. Hi Megaliero, hello. How you doing? Also hi Trey. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna do that when we get to 200 as like a little big goal reach type of thing. And that's like my follow goal. I have like, how do I get it to 200? I don't know, talk to people. But like, I'm gonna do a karaoke stream for the first time. meme reactions, so I'm gonna be asking everyone to send like memes and other stuff to react to and like videos. Gardic phone maybe to like the community only. It's gonna be like the Discord. But it's gonna be like monitored because last time there was that guy. If y'all remember, there was that guy that wanted to join, and I was like, okay, he could join because he was like friends with like one of my like VTuber friends. But like, yeah, he said some things on stream, and I was like, oh, I didn't even hear it at the time, but later, like my other friends were like, he said some bad stuff. Yeah, that's why I need a mod. Biscuit. Would you mod if you had the chance? Otherwise, I would be like, I would get traded a mod. It depends. I'll be around. Yay! Yay! Ping me when you need me. I will. Biscuit, we need to talk about your Twitter. I looked at my following Twitter and I see ecchi anime stuff, to say the least. And I'm like, Biscuit, what are you doing? This is on my feed now. What do I do? Be a good mom and have a job. True. There's so much cool art. It's very nice art, I'll say that. But it's kind of suggestive. To say the least. You gotta follow me if it bothers you. It's fine. I'm just messing with you. If you will you stream Spore, I don't know if I can actually, because in school I'm on like a separate laptop that doesn't have Spore or my like other games on it. Doesn't even have Minecraft on it. So like I don't know if I can. Because it would also take up a lot of space. I don't know if my laptop has space. I'd have to choose a selective few games. Like, I could do Steam games, but like, only a few. And that's questionable. I still need to get Minecraft on this laptop. And on my mods, because right now I have no games I could really play besides like Roblox. And I haven't even played any games on this. I haven't been wanting to play games for a while. I don't know why. It's like, I just want to talk constantly. I kind of want to do other things. I want to play Minecraft with you. Yeah, but you have Bedrock, and I want to play modded Minecraft for PC. And those two things, they don't go together. We can't play with one person on modded PC and one person on Bedrock. Because there's not the same mods. And I would have to purchase the Bedrock mods from Microsoft. And I'm like, no. And be classic. No, classic boring. Classic fun until you beat Ender Dragon and get all the stuff. Classic only be build. I like explore. I like treasure hunting. And I like collecting things. And if I can't collect things, no fun. No fun. Anyways, so like, what else? Minecraft Creative is my mods. Yeah, but I need exploration mods. I like collecting stuff like plushies in Minecraft, Pokemon in Minecraft, other things in Minecraft that don't exist in Minecraft. I explode with Vanilla MC. Also, I can't do regular Minecraft with like, what's it called? Like, I can't do regular Minecraft, like with no keep inventory. I can't do it, or I get mad because I die so easy. It's like I restart every time I get iron. Like I have to go from wood back to iron every single time because I never find my stuff because I like to explore and do creative. But then I just build. And like, I don't like building. I'm not very good at it. Well, I like building in creative. No, I'm not a cheater. Yeah, we beat Minecraft. Which normally I don't do. Because I get bored, and I like to do everything but fight. Classic Minecraft, yes. Yes, we beat the Ender Dragon. But like, I don't normally do that because I normally prefer to just explore and have fun my own way. It was a good ending. It's always a good ending. Oh yeah, also, me and Trey, we saw the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. I hadn't been caught up to the recent things, so we watched like a quick recap because he already got the tickets, and because I didn't realize it was that far ahead at that point. It was really good. I liked it. Yeah, it was the third time for him. It was so like, it was good. There was some like people that were complaining about the recaps, like having like so many like, oh, like this is his backstory, oh, like now memory time, interruption to your fighting, and now memory time, like every time. But it wasn't that bad. It was like expected for Demon Slayer. They always have that amount of like memories and stuff. So I didn't mind. It added to it, in my opinion. Because otherwise, if it was just fighting, it would last like 20 minutes, maybe. Tops. And that's being generous. It would probably last like 10 minutes of just fighting. And then being like, okay, he died. Yay, next enemy. With like no emotion or backstory. Like literally. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I had fun. I've also been thrifting a lot. Thanks to Trey. He's been like taking me thrifting. Like a lot. Because, and my mom too. And like taking me places because I've been my emotions, like I've been saying, like have been so like bad, like where not only it's like ups and downs, but also constant boredom that leads into downs. So like I've been wanting to thrift and like do things out, like, and it has to be the things I want to do because otherwise my brain isn't itched. Like it has a constant itch. And like otherwise I get upset for some reason if I don't have my way. Which is really bad. That's really bad. But like I get this really bad itch in my brain to like do things, and like I have no ability to do it on my own, so it's like I always have to ask him to take me or my mom, because that's my only way. Yeah, I get spoiled. And so we've been thrifting a lot. I want to show you guys like the things I got, because like now I'm starting a new closet here on campus with new thrift stuff because my closet is pretty empty. And it's a big closet. And for the unemployed, shut up! Silence! Cease! Yeah, so I've been thrifting a lot. We have also been craft shopping. This is the craziest shit. At your own job and car. Oh, bro, I would be buying so many stuff. I have a problem with spending money. Yes, I have my own car technically, but now it's like the family car. Because I don't use it. It's more like if I could drive and like was comfortable driving actually. Yes, and if I had the willpower to actually go places and not complain about having to drive. Yeah. So, because I always want to do stuff out nowadays. I'm like always wanting to go somewhere and like do something, eat somewhere, like shop. I love shopping. I think I have a shopping addiction. Because it's not just thrifting. Well, it's like anything where I get to treasure hunt. I love treasure hunting for anything. Anything where I get to treasure hunt, like thrifting or antiquing or like, well, mostly thrifting. Like, or like recently junk journaling has allowed me to hunt for craft supplies. And we've been going to this, like, it's called Texas Art Asylum. It's like this little, like, hole-in-the-wall art shop that has like a bunch of stuff, including little bits and bobs. And so I get to collect little bits and bobs for really cheap, like it's per pound. And when you just get paper and little bits and bobs, it costs like $2. And I'm like, bro, this is insane. I love this. I think it's gonna be my new addiction. The cat just comes in there. And there's a cat. There's a cat in the shop. And it is very cute. He's old and he is orange. Very cute. So that's been my new addiction, because now everyone is tired of taking me thrifting because I've been going like every week multiple times. It's been bad because of my itch has been really bad. I don't know why it's been this bad, like constant boredom to like down feeling. Yes, but I love thrift. I love thrift when I'm trying to give everyone a break, because otherwise we'd be going every week. And we've already been doing that for like 3 weeks. And that was too much. So now, craft shopping. But not from Michael's or like Hobby Lobby or like, like general. Well, we had to go for like a little bit, but like mostly like niche art places that sell junk. So I could use junk for my junk journal. And it's been fun because I've been on the lookout for junk. Like receipts and stuff for my day. My second page is about the Demon Slayer movie. And so I put the little receipts in there. I put little things in there and like stickers and like index cards, like pieces and like little dictionary snippets to make my second page. So it's like a collection. Oh, you're actually coming on Wednesday. I didn't know you were coming on Wednesday. Thought you decided not to because we already spent too much money. Sorry, I'm expensive. I am very expensive. That's the con. My main con is that I'm expensive and I need to be driven everywhere. And that also is expensive, so I'm just double expensive. But yeah, with thrifting, I found so much good stuff. Not spending anything. Yes. I will try. I'll try my best. Anyway, like at thrifting, I found so much good stuff. So like clothing wise, not only did I find some like cool stuff, because recently my style has been like 2000s style, like McBling and like, I'll have to show pictures if y'all don't know what that means. It's McBling is kind of like, think like the bedazzled Juicy Couture, like zebra print, hot pink style. 2000s is more like Abercrombie and Fitch. This is all American 2000s, by the way, of course. Ed Hardy. Well, that's more McBling. It's like, Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch. It's more like Twilight, like the movie Twilight, like style is what I've been looking for. And like I have my own style with like other stuff, which is like, think like gentle style. It's like ribbons and like, I don't know how to put it. It's ice style. So I've been also doing that. I also have my like other styles, like in between the McBling, it's like there's like a little bit of like emo or like emo or not quite gothic because that comes with like subculture stuff. More emo style. I'm sorry, Stinky. Bye chat. Bye Trey. What the? My phone just gave notifications. Anyway, so like, I've been doing a bunch of different styles. And it's been pretty fun. Like, I have like the emo style, I have like an angelic style type of thing. Kind of like what my character is wearing. McBling 2000s and like Just a variety of stuff because I love all sorts of fashion. And thrifting is fun because I get to look for those fashion pieces and I watch videos and like TikToks and then I get jealous and want to eat people. And I think about devouring them and stealing their stuff. And it's great because then I want to thrift. And then I thrift and then I actually find stuff sometimes, but sometimes I don't. And that's when I get disappointed. Yes, I devour people. I think about devouring people to like in response to them finding all the good stuff. Yummy. I mean, not yummy. Anyways, so like they find all the good stuff that I want. And I get jealous. Iron Mouse. I'd rather collab with Iron Mouse. I love Matara, but I don't know. Iron Mouse is like my Oshi, so like, yeah. She's so cool. But I'd be so nervous, I probably wouldn't be able to talk like this. I'd probably be like, so like dry and like, nervous. But it would be the dream in the future. One day. I don't know if it would happen, probably not. But like, you can have hopes. You can be like, oh, like imagine it and have fun imagining it. Anyway, so like, yeah, with thrifting, I found such good stuff. I found Juicy Couture in the bins because I love the bins. I love regular thrifting and the bins because the bins, it's like you have to dig through like, these giant like carts of just piles and piles of clothes. And I love doing that because it activates my digging instinct, my gathering instinct, my hunting and gathering instinct. And so like, I get to literally dig and use all my muscles to like dig and find treasures. But I also like regular thrifting because then I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. And then I could just like look in between. It still uses muscle because it hurts my shoulders. Like pushing through all the clothes. Not just in the bins, but like in regular thrifting. But like, I like regular thrifting because it doesn't hurt as much. There's less arm being used. It's just shoulders. Get mouse burn for our house. Exactly, I'll live in the clothes. Except the clothes are stinky. Bro, we went to the bins this one time. Recently, like the last time we went. And so, there was like, of course, the stinky issue. Because like some of the bins are stinky. But then there was also this one lady that was really rich. She like shoved past me and Trey to get like right next to me and started digging in front of me. Like she reached over to dig in front of me and like block my way. And she was just so rude. And not only that, but she stunk. She like literally stunk. And it was like gross. It's literally like all the people there are all sweaty and like from digging through stuff, and like they like have piles and piles of stuff in their carts because it's per pound. And it's like greed incarnate. Like you see the greed. Like even I'm not that greedy. I would be that greedy if it had good stuff, but like half the time it's like not good stuff in there. Like there's risk of stuff in there. Like sometimes the bins are really gross, but like it's also fun. Honestly, I would dumpster dive. I see dumpster diving videos, and I would dumpster dive if it wasn't 1, illegal, 2, stinky, 3, judged, and if I had like the ability to, and I wouldn't get stuck in a dumpster bin because I'm too short. Because that's what will happen, is I will get stuck in head first, and then I'd be like a raccoon stuck in there, or like an opossum, and like I'll be stuck in there for days because, yeah, it'd be like that. But like, oh my gosh, I just like my hunting. I like my junk gathering. And now I'm junk gathering for little trinkets, and I mean little trinkets. Like, they're not just trinkets. Because I like collecting trinkets, like keychains and stuff. But I mean trinkets like buttons and like random pieces of like like rubber, like a rubber shaped like a rubber piece that's like a strawberry, that's like from a shoe that got ripped off, like a children's shoe that got ripped off, or like a random piece of like paper, like old paper, fabric, other things that get dropped off at the bottom of a craft bin that people bought like years and years and years ago and never used for their projects. Random pieces like that, and I get to hunt. I get to hunt and feed. I mean, not feed, but like I be feasting. I hoard. I get to hoard and actually use things that I hoard. And like collect things. Bro, I love collecting. I love collecting. Nobody understands. Nobody gets it. I collect plushies, I collect jewelry, I collect clothes. And it's just not just collecting, but also wearing them and using them. Because otherwise it feels pointless. Like even with plushies, it's specific plushies. And it's like, not just any plushie. Also cat plushies. Hehe. But like, I also collect like random stuff. Like when I was little, I used to collect rocks. Especially rocks that were shaped like things or had interesting colors. And then I collected things like names and like lists of things. Like I love listing things and organizing things in my mind and like writing it down. Now I get to collect craft supplies. I unintentionally collect them anyway because like I get into one project and then I am super into it for a week and I do everything about it and master it in a week. Well, not really master it, but like I get pretty decent at it, like for the most part, for a week. And then I get bored of it and then move on to the next art thing. So I end up collecting craft supplies because of that, unintentionally. Like felting, for instance, was one of those projects. And like, well, that's the main one. When I was like 13, I was a furry. And so I collected a bunch of craft supplies to make my own fursuit head. Never got to it. I still have the supplies. But like, yeah. And I like learned how to do it, but like I never actually did it. I just got the craft supplies and like never had the time or energy. And then I gave up on that. Then there was, what else? Making a fairy garden. So like I have a bunch of stuff for that. And I made a little fairy garden, luckily. And I collect little things in there too, like that I find in the ground, like feathers and like rocks and like pearls and shells and things. But there's only so much room, sadly, so I don't put everything in there. I need to make more. Then there was that for a week. Then there was, of course, I get obsessed with painting. And then I get bored of it and then move on to drawing. Drawing is the only thing that sticks, but even then, it's like bursts. It's in bursts. So I'm never constantly drawing. I draw like constantly for like a month, maybe. A few weeks at most. And like, then I get bored of it and don't touch it for like a good few months. And then I get back into it. And like, it's always in bursts of energy. Like my art stuff. But I always like constantly do things. And now it's junk journaling. But I think that might last longer. And I also had bursts of like making music and stuff like that. Not like my own music, but more like the songs and lyrics and stuff. And then there was poetry. Things like that. When I was little, I tried to make stories. Then there was video games. Bro, I go through so many art things and like design. I was obsessed with like designing my own clothes for like fashion. I was obsessed with like designing jewelry. I was obsessed with like designing like makeup packaging and then like and makeup itself. And then I was obsessed with now toy design and like plushie design and stuff like that. It's interesting because now I want to make my own blind box. It'd be fun. But I always get like obsessed and then like drop things really quickly. Like I get really into it and like drop it. I'm gonna lurk these for a while. Okay, that's fine. If you need me, DM me on Discord. Okay. But yeah, there was that. And and even with like my Moshi Monsters thing, it's another thing where it's like I got really obsessed and into it, and then now I'm not. I mean, not like I'm not interested in it. I'm still interested in it, but I haven't been making anything for it since. Like, luckily, like they added in my update, the update, like almost all of my like clothing items. I just need ideas and I need to download the software again and like stuff like that. But even that, like with games, I get like obsessed and like quickly like get really into it, learn everything about it, and then like drop it. That happens with everything. I have such a bad attention span. Like I learn everything about it and then like I like drop it. And then maybe I come back to it in a few years. Maybe. That depends. Like felting, I got back into it like after like how many years? Like 5+ years. Not even 5. I think it was less. Maybe like no, it was probably 5. 5 years maybe. And then I dropped it again. It's just a thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. What else? There's like some other things. Like I'm waiting for, like every Monday and Wednesday I should be off like by 12, but usually I'm like hanging out with the anime people for a little longer. Recently, I might like be coming home and maybe streaming, depending on like how I feel. It's definitely not gonna be too regular. It just depends. I might, and I can only stream on weekends, like every other weekend, because I would have to cart all my cords and supplies and stuff, and like set up and do all that. And that's kind of like a pain. So it's like on weekends it's iffy. On Mondays probably are the most likely times I'm gonna be streaming. Like around 1:30, maybe. Something like that. 1:30 p.m. CST, sorry. And Wednesdays usually I have like, that's like the one time I can go. At least this semester, that's my time I get to go to my anime club meeting, and not just the hangouts, because the hangouts are informal meetings and not the true meetings. And like, yeah, so I like try to make time for that. I might be able to stream Wednesdays though, depending on if I come back on time. And like, I would only be able to stream up to like 5 or so. Because the meeting's at like 6 or so. 5 or 6. Something like that. So maybe 4. I don't know. And then I have on Fridays my class, like from 10 to 4, which is a pain. Luckily it's not too bad actually. Like I've been surviving. Because she also lets out a little bit early, and sometimes there's nothing for me to do. Like, I can leave, because it's college. And like, what else? Because of that, like, a lot of times we're not gonna have meetings, like, or time to stream. Sometimes I will have meetings, because like, the Creative Arts Club meets on Fridays. Sometimes. Right now it's irregular, because they don't really have like events scheduled except for like one. Because I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make the events. I'm gonna do all the planning and stuff, and like set up the events and attend it, and make friends, and like it's gonna be so cool and fun and creative. So I get to do those. And I also probably plan meetings as well as the programming officer, probably, depending. Well, in conjunction with like the other people, the other officers, like the main officer and stuff. So Fridays I'm gonna be pretty much like the whole day scheduled, and if not, usually I leave back home every other week. So that's also iffy. I know this weekend I'm going home, for instance. It's one of those weekends, and I get to go to a yard sale because my suburb, like the whole area, does like an event-wide like official yard sale, like where everyone can like come and like sell their stuff, like they sign up. But also everyone likes to choose that time to do garage sales. And so I get to do that, and that's gonna be really fun. Because I get to collect more junk, collect trinkets, collect jewelry, maybe clothes. Usually not really. Usually it's like random stuff. And usually it's like kids' clothes, but like I don't fit that. I gained like 30 pounds since 2022 because of my medicine, I think, and inactivity. Mostly like 10 pounds were gained in 2 weeks at one point because of my medicine. One of the medicines I was on. And like, yeah. I don't know why I gained so much. It's like strange. It's strange because I was used to being like 95 pounds. Now I'm like 125, and that's like a lot. And now I actually fit medium-sized clothes, which is strange to think, because I used to wish to be medium-sized because extra small is like hard to find, and that's what I used to fit. Now I don't fit extra small anymore, and I went up so many like, like pant sizes and like skirt sizes. Like I used to be like a 1 to 3, and then I was like a 3 for a while, and like 2022 and stuff like that. And then I was a 4 suddenly. I was a 4 and 5 suddenly. And then I was a size 6. And now I'm like a size 6 to like 8. And that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like, seeing the changes. It's weird. And now I get judged for it. Like, I'm still considered like skinny. And yet, like, my mom notices my belly when it's out. Because before I didn't really have as much of a belly. Now I have like a little belly. And now my little belly gets noticed. And she's like, you need to work on that. I'm like, why can't I exist with my belly? Oh, and I figured out some stuff about myself. Because I've been like gender questioning. Because I still use any pronouns. I guess my gender is considered genderqueer now. That's like the accurate label for it. Because I've always felt like a roly-poly. Or like a little alien creature that doesn't have a gender. Because you refer to those as like it. And that's always been my preferred pronoun. And so I usually feel like that. But also sometimes I feel like a girl. Like, I don't mind, like, being seen as that. But also being seen as, like, calling myself a woman feels weird. That label feels so weird. And I don't always feel like any woman's space. Or, like, if it's a girl's space, it feels fine. If it's like a woman's space, I feel weird entering that. I feel like I'm not welcome. And I'm not supposed to feel that as a woman. Because technically I am. But like, I also don't feel like that. I feel like a roly-poly most of the time. And then there's times where I feel like specifically a 12-year-old boy. Like when I'm alone, I either feel like a roly-poly or like a 12-year-old boy. And I say 12-year-old boy because like, if I were to shave my head I would look like a 12-year-old boy and not like a girl. I mean, kind of like a girl. But like, if I had short hair, like, I would look like in between. I wouldn't look quite as girlish. I would look more like a 12-year-old boy that hasn't really hit puberty and is kind of like in that in-between stage. Where they kind of sound like a girl, but like, because they haven't gotten their voice lowered yet, type of thing. That's what I would be like. So like, I feel like that, or like a roly-poly, but mostly a roly-poly. If I could be anything, I would be a Pillimillipede. They're like giant roly-polies. They're so cute. They're very cute. And they come in colors. There's green ones. I don't think there's blue ones though. But there's ones with like red-orange stripes. And that's cool. There's blue isopods though, like roly-polies, not like Pillimillipedes. Pillimillipedes are like the size of your hand. They just look like big roly-polies, and they can roll up. Regular roly-polies are like the size of your pinky tip. And like slightly bigger. Maybe like, yeah, more like your pinky tip. But like, they also come in colors. They're more colors than Pillimillipedes. But they're so small. But they're so cute, and they're like harmless, and like, they just roll up into a ball, and they're very cute. So like, that me. I see one and I'm like, that me. Whenever I see like an eldritch creature that's like godly, like an eldritch monster, I'm like, that me. When I see a xenomorph, I'm like, that me. That me. And it's so like gender. So like the term, I guess, for feeling all of those three things and like never having a solid identity, or like not even being gender fluid, because those, it's like you feel solidly like a girl sometimes. You feel solidly like a boy sometimes. You feel solidly not sometimes. But like genderqueer is kind of like not solidly feeling one or the other at any time and kind of shifting constantly also. That's kind of what I've been feeling, because sometimes I'm comfortable with like being called a girl and like she, her, and then there's times where I'm like not, but I'm not sure what I'd rather be called. Unless it's like it or whatever. I always like being called it. Except the problem is that one's not clear. Because I can't tell if someone's talking about me, if they're talking about it as in something else, or if they're saying it, like referring to me. So like, it's not realistic to be used. But I love that one. Because that one feels like a roly-poly to me. Like you would refer to a roly-poly as an it. And I'm roly-poly code. I'm very much roly-poly. And so, yeah. So that's what I've also been figuring out about myself. What else? Oh, I've been making stickers. Like Uma Musume stickers. I've been making like Sanrio and like My Little Pony and like Sonic and Kirby stickers. Just like one of Sonic, one of Kirby. And then 2 of My Little Pony. And then also like, I plan on making keychains or buttons or something out of like Twisted Wonderland. And it's only like the 3 of them. 3 out of them. But I need to fix my printer, because my printer is not fully printing color. Like it's printing color, but like very washed out. I think the nozzles are clogged and I don't know how to clean them. So I need to do that. I need to figure out the Cricut, which I have here. I have the Cricut, so now I can actually make stickers and like cut them. I have sticker paper. I just need like laminate maybe. Or like something to like make them waterproof, because it's an ink printer and that runs with water. So like I can make some stickers. That'd be fun, because I plan on selling them with like an art booth with the anime club. Like hopefully If not, then I'm selling other things with the little booth, which is gonna be fun. Also, though I want to explore the other booths and like buy things because I love my shopping. I love my shopping, but only what I'm looking for. And yeah, I'm gonna be selling like Pokemon cards and stuff for like $1 each because I sorted through them and I got the specials and like duplicates. There's duplicates. There's like other cards I don't like as much, and I'm only collecting cards that I think are really pretty and specials. So I'm collecting both like regular cards that I think are pretty and like special cards. Even if I don't think they're that pretty. If they're special cards, I like them. Because shiny, shiny, shiny special, shiny special collect, shiny rock collect. Yes. So there's that. And what else? I've been trying new things. I've been really obsessed with boba, but not with the boba balls. So I've been obsessed with milk tea, I guess. And getting it almost twice. Well, I'm getting like 2 to 3 times a week. And it's getting expensive. It's getting really expensive. But like, yeah, so I'm kind of obsessed right now. I've been trying like matcha, I've been trying like Thai teas and like black tea and brown sugar milk tea, which is like black tea, and brown sugar matcha tea, Thai tea, which is also really good. Taro, I like taro, but like it depends, because sometimes it has a bad aftertaste, and I don't like it. I've been trying ube rolls. We went to this like Filipino bakery, and I got ube rolls, and they were really good, and I loved them. I ate them all for breakfast. Not all of them at once, but like 2 for breakfast, like a week, and then I ran out. And then also been trying like different Filipino like what's it called, like sweets, like what is it called? Some like they're called milk pills or something, like translated literally in Spanish, I think. Or is it Tagalog? I don't know. It's like a mixture. It's like condensed milk with like sugar, and it's like super sweet. And it's good. It's good for the most part. I haven't eaten all those. I think I'll throw them away because I've had them for weeks now. And I only ate like a few. I had like Spanish bread, which is so good. It is so good. It's like bread with like custard inside. And then I tried one that was like cream cheese on the inside, and that was good. But I preferred the icing on top, I think. But I really love the ube rolls. I need to get more because yummy, and they're cheap, and the bakery is not too far. But I can't walk. I still need someone to take me, so I'm gonna ask Trey. But not next time, because next time is Wednesday and he doesn't want to spend anything, and I am expensive, and I used all my money paying for Denny's yesterday. Yeah. I used the last of my monies because I had to pay him for parking, and then because the parking here sucks. Literally, parking is like, it's, what's it called? It's literally like there's no free parking anywhere. The free parking nearest is like 15 minutes away, and it's not safe because the university got built in an unsafe area for some reason. It's not the safest. And that street specifically, that's technically free parking, is known for break-ins for cars. Like constantly, like everyone jokes about, oh, if you want free parking, go on that street. You have to pay for your window though, because they always break in, and it's like dumb. But like there's no free parking, and parking here like closest costs like $22 for a full day. like 24 hours. Like if it's like 4 or more hours, it costs $22, and that's expensive, very expensive. And so like he has to pay that every time, and yet he does it for me. And then I feel guilty because I'm so expensive. Like I'm overly expensive. I'm very needy, and like I like doing stuff, and it all costs money. Because I love shopping, and that's my main activity, because everything costs money. And like, because normally I like getting a sweet treat or like food from somewhere, and that's one activity, but that costs money. I like to thrift, that's like shopping, and that costs money. I like to shop, and that costs money. I love to like, I don't know, even going to museums a lot of times costs money. I love to like go out in general. Driving costs gas, costs money. And then also I love now craft shopping, and that's the cheapest thing so far, but still costs money. It also depends on where I go, because if I go anywhere besides the asylum, which is what it's called, then it's like extra money. It's like just as expensive as regular shopping. And then it's like everything is so expensive, and I don't have a job, and I can't get a job because not only because of time, but because I don't trust myself, and I don't think I have the experience needed, and I don't trust myself because like I struggle with instructions, like basic instructions, because of autism, because I don't take it the same way as people do. My mind doesn't fill in blanks like very easily. It just doesn't. And so like I have to be given very, very specific instructions that are like super tedious and like overly thought about. And otherwise I don't understand. And that's not what people do. So that's why I don't trust myself at a job so far. But there is jobs I want to do, but I need to get my degree first and more experience with like volunteering and stuff, which I'm doing. And like hopefully taking classes in toy design and stuff to write about, because I want to design things, draw things. I want to design and like create. And I think toy design is the career for me, hopefully. Because even with streaming, I'm really inconsistent, but like, and it's not very easy, and you have to do so much stuff, which I don't have energy for, like constantly editing videos and like TikToks and stuff. And I'm not very memorable. I don't really make catchy moments like that are easily clipped. I kind of just yap. And that's all I'm good at, is the yapping part. But not the making something memorable part. Or like viral moments. I'm not good at that, which is important. Like making funny moments is like the main thing for streamers, because it's entertainment. It's like making funny moments so a lot of times, and that's usually how people get known, is the funny moments. Or like other viral moments, or like they have something unique about them, or like something. And I don't have much of that. Yeah. Well, I mean I do, but like not in a entertainment way. At least not easily. But besides that, toy design. Toy design is something I'm really looking forward to doing. And I really want to do, because then I get to create not only 3D things, but like create my own things, create little trinkets, create cute characters. I get to do like all of that. And like have it mean something not only to me, but like to kids, to adults, to everyone. And so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that's what I'm gonna go into. But the problem is I can't drive. I can't drive, and that's like, and like all the toy jobs, like the famous toy jobs, are like not remote. They should be remote. some of them should be. Some of them I understand why not. But like, there's not really many remote positions for things I'm doing, which is what I need to function because I can't go anywhere. Which scares me because like how am I gonna build a career if I can't like be comfortable driving? Or like moving to a different place than where I live now. And so that kind of stresses me out, but like I still have a lot of hope because if I can show that I could do things remotely, then maybe I could be like the one remote worker or something. But that's very rare. That's hard to do. But I have to show I have a lot to go with, a lot of like experience, a lot of like talent and skill to be able to do that. And if not, I'm gonna start my own business and make blind boxes and other things. And I have other career options too, like being an Artist Alley like person, you know, at like conventions. I could do that as a side job. I can also do marketing. I'm gonna probably go into marketing as my minor. So I could do like little pamphlets and stuff. And like other things. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Cause like I'm thinking about what I could add to my like resume and stuff. Definitely a lot of creation. Cause like I have a lot of that, but it's all randomized and it's not like all in one category to be written about on my resume. So it's kind of difficult. I just need a toy design class. There was one online I was gonna sign up for, but I think it's too late. It's way too late now. I think it ended on the 21st, and I was too late for it. And it's like specialized, you have to get picked. But I'm probably gonna look up next year, like next semester, like toy design classes that I could take online. That way I could write about it in my resume and actually get experience and also design something myself. That's all. What else? I don't know. Yeah. Been watching some like videos. I need to watch new playthroughs. I wanted to honestly do a playthrough of No I'm Not Human on stream, but it costs too much money for me, as in I have $0 in my account right now, and I cannot afford it. But I wanted to play on stream. Instead, I'm just watching a playthrough now. That part. So it's pretty cool. I'm at the beginning parts in like the playthrough. And I need to catch up on other things. I still haven't watched the Mimic FNAF game playthroughs. Still thinking like what else? Mostly what I've been doing is like reading fanfiction. I read fanfiction, Windows shop, and watch videos, and that's what I've been doing, and it's been like the same thing over and over. And then I check Twitter, and then I check Discord, and then that's like all I've been doing. So it's been pretty boring. I'm glad that I have the junk journaling now, and that I have like stuff to do like on the weekends now because of that. And that Trey comes over and like he actually takes me places because then I have something different to do than the same things I've been doing. Yeah, we're watching JoJo's. We're on part 6 right now. I already know what happens, but like we got past the Foo Fighters episode. Right now, I think currently like they're trying to figure out how to get the discs safely over, or like so that hopefully Jotaro is gonna be revived, because the discs were taken from him that had his stand and his memories and stuff, and so he practically died and is like unresponsive and like comatose or something. So like they're trying to get that back because they got the stand one back. They haven't gotten the memory one back, and we're just starting to see White Snake or Poochie. We're just starting to see him as he's starting to actually make his appearance and like be known or like being the villain. Which we already know what happens, right? I already know what happens, at least. With spoilers, I guess, for part 6. He gains like the ability, his stand evolves, I think, and it becomes, instead of just White Snake, it can actually like, I think it evolves or something. It becomes what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Because Giorno had Golden Experience Requiem. Poochie has, well, Dio has the world. Jotaro has Star Platinum. And then Diavolo has King Crimson. And then Poochie, what does he have? He has, it was White Snake. But now it's, what was it? I forgot what it's called, but basically it like can speed up time. And in this universe, it follows the rule, like a theory where if you like go to the end of time, everything will reset basically, and the universe starts over again the same way with the Big Bang. And like, but it like eventually goes to black, and like then there will be a Big Bang again when it reaches a certain time point. So he can speed up time, and he speeds up time to such a degree that everything resets. And everything is kind of the same but different. Where it's like there's still like a Joestar family, but like they're not the same people. But they're like similar in a way. And everything's similar but different. Because Jolyne has to fight against that, and her stand is just turning to string. How can you fight against a universe resetter with string? You can't. So she died. She dies trying to fight him. And the universe gets reset and everything's over. Which is upsetting. I understand why, because the reason that Araki, or whatever, the creator of JoJo's, did that was because he was kind of unhappy with how things were going and coming up with stuff. And like, he kind of wanted to start over, so he literally started over. And I mean, it was good because like, I know people talk about part 7, which has like the Steel Ball Run, which is the Steel Ball Run. And everyone's excited about that because everyone says that's a pretty good like series, like probably the best one, best JoJo part out of all of them so far. I mean, there's part 8 and part 9. Part 9 is what's currently going on, and there's not much about it now, so people don't know what to think. But people mostly say part 7 was the best, those who've read all of it. So maybe it was for a good thing that he reset everything and like changed all of the stuff, but also kept it similar. Because now he has like freedom, and like in his own way. He doesn't feel like stuck to like the whole story. I mean, he's stuck to some things because he chose to continue with the Joestar bloodline in a way. Even if it's different characters, he kept it similar. But he's changing things, and I guess he has more freedom. So, and it created like the best part for most people, at least what most people say. So maybe it's a good thing. But I don't know. My favorite part is still part 3. My favorite theme is actually part 6 is, it's the future theme, it's the second theme. Heaven's Falling Down. A lot of people, I'm surprised, like say like I understand like part 2, like Bloody Stream, is like the best one. Like for most people, and it was my favorite. But then after that, I was fighting gold, and then after that, now it's Heaven's Falling Down is my favorite. I think I'm gonna sing that for karaoke if I get to 200 as one of the songs. So spoilers, that's one of the songs I'm gonna be singing, but the English version because I can't do the Japanese version without like messing up a bunch. Because I kind of know it, but like realistically, am I saying it properly? No. Am I saying nonsense words? Probably. Because I don't know what they're saying. And I have to predict what they're saying before they're saying it. So sometimes I mess up. So I'm singing the English version instead. Yeah. So there's that. Doopy doopy doo. I got a new plushie. I got a few new plushies since. I got like the Choco Cat Build-A-Bear, which I'm very happy about, from Trey. I got this Wormies plush from him. Cause they had this cat plush called Wormies in like the campus store. And he noticed like how I was holding it because I guess unintentionally I was holding it like a baby. Like it was my baby, like a kitty. So he got it for me. And it's like special because it can warm up. You can put it in the microwave. Well, a microwave oven technically, not a microwave. To warm it up, and it's fine, and it's lavender scented, and it's weighted, and it's very nice. It was expensive. It was like $30. Like literally like Build-A-Bear Choco Cat level. Just like $10 cheaper. But like even then, it's like, that's my new plush, and it's so snuggly. My dorm is also very nice, cause I have like, it's basically like an apartment to myself, and it's so nice. I have my own kitchen now, so I can actually cook things. I kind of want to figure out how I could connect my phone and like set up and everything. I could probably do it from my laptop and like bring it to the kitchen, and then we could do like a cooking episode. That might be fun if I figure out how to do that. Or how to do IRL streams, like bring my setup somehow. Because I can't bring my laptop everywhere. But that's now something I might be able to do. Maybe. So I have that. We have a little lounge area in the apartment. I have my own TV now, so that's fun. And it comes with a couch. So little couch time and like fun. I get to sit on a couch. Like, that's my own. Temporarily for like a year. Until I renew. But it's still so cool. I have my own place. I've been walking to class and stuff. And that's something because like, it's exercise and it's a workout. Because I've been sedentary for so long. Especially. That it's forcing me to walk places for the most part. And it's good and healthy, and I've been enjoying my classes, and it's been fun. The only thing I don't like about my dorm is, like, my dorm, it's, like, built like, a square that goes all the way around, except for the fourth side. The fourth side has a break. So you can't go all the way around. You have to go like half the way. Like two sides to reach from my area to the, like from my room to the laundry room. So I have to go like around the whole building just to get to the laundry room. And that is a pain. Because then I have to do that multiple times because I have to go from here to the laundry room around the whole building to put in my laundry, leave, go all the way back to my room for 30 minutes, go back to the laundry room to do like the drying process, go back to my room, go back once again to the laundry room to get my stuff, and then go all the way back to my room to bring it to like fold up my laundry and stuff. And it's a long walk because the building is big, and it's 4 sides with like a big like space in the middle. Like it's not just a square, it's an empty square. And so like you have to walk around the sides. And so it's a pain. Because of that, I keep like trying not to do laundry and bringing my laundry whenever I go home. So that way I don't have to do it beforehand, and so I could avoid more trips to the laundromat area, the laundry area. Oh, and then from the laundry area, for anyone close to that, to get to the trash chute, they have to go all the way to my side. So it's like the same issue, but it's like less trips for them because I have to do more trips to do laundry, which sucks. So I have the worst end of the stick because I'm the second door from the very end, which isn't nice because I'm next to the trash chute, but like, so it's less of a walk, but like, sucks because of the laundry issue. So I complain to myself, been avoiding my laundry, hehe. But I still do it, of course, every other week when I have to. Yeah. So there's that. I've been doing my makeup like almost every day, and it's been fun. Mostly just eyeliner and then a little bit of eyeshadow, blush, and like lips. So it's been very easy. I don't do like a full face where it's like foundation and concealer and everything because that's too much work, and I don't like the inability to lay on my side. I like to rest in bed, and so like if I can avoid smudging anything and having to worry about that, then I do that. So like I've been doing my makeup almost every day, and it's been fun because I get to do fun outfits and match it to my outfits, and I've been having fun with that. Got even more stuff at the thrift, not just Juicy Couture, but like, which is really popular and sought after, especially the pink ones. I got the pink ones. I don't have the like top for it, like the tracksuit top, but I have like the lounge pants, like 2 lounge pants I found at the bins. I got like loafers, not loafers, they're called slippers. I got 2, like a pair of slippers. They're also pink and bedazzled, so like hee. I got more sought after like things. And I got some Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister things, which are also sought after. Some of which I'm gonna sell because they don't fit my style, and well, I mean they technically do as like 2000s style, but like they don't fit in color to what I like. Like the one's an orange top and one's like a green thing, like a green jacket, and so like unless I want to be a carrot, then there's like there's like no point for me having those, and instead I'd rather sell them, get some little cash back because I know they're sought after, but also like, you know, just it's pointless for me to just keep them just because of the brand. It has to be something I actually want. So like, better to sell it, make some cash off of their names, and then like use that to get what I want. So like I do that, but only with like occasional things I find, because it's not like I find all this good stuff all the time, and most of the time it's stuff I want for myself, so it's like I don't really sell it. Like McBling like jeans and stuff, where it's like embroidered or like bedazzled and stuff, like Miss Me jeans, stuff like that. My dream is to get apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Just apple bottom jeans, not the boots. Actually, I want the boots too, with a little bit of fur, not too much fur. I want to find apple bottoms. I want to find Abercrombie, like the Twilight-esque, like baby doll tops, which are like people sell them for like $200 and no one buys them because they're like $200 online. Not official because they're like vintage, but like from like the people. Like the resellers, the evil resellers that are stupid. And I hate them. They try to sell it for like $60 to like $200 just for like vintage Abercrombie baby doll tops. So like I want them, and I'm gonna find them one day, or other vintage Abercrombie and Hollister tops that are like also like tied, like tied up tops that like you can tighten and stuff. Those I think are cute, so I want to find those. I also want to find more Miss Me jeans, which I managed to find like 2 pairs in the past, one of which fits. No, I got 2, I think. Got 2, one of which doesn't fit anymore because again I gained weight, but like, yeah, they're still like dream finds, like really fun. More juicy. I want to find the top jacket for that, the pink bedazzled one. I still kind of want to find another bottoms, but like the vintage kind, because the kinds I found were like modern Juicy Couture, which are kind of like cheaper quality and not as good. And they're not like velour. They're not like that certain texture, that soft material. And I kind of want to find that soft material. I don't mind the regular sweatpant material, but like that's, I don't know, I prefer the velour. Maybe I'll find that one day. I'd also like to find, what else? Besides apple bottoms and stuff. I like finding shoes in my size, because that's also hard to find. I have a small foot. Size 4. Not the smallest, but like, pretty small. It's not like typically stocked. Normally it's like size 6 is the smallest. But like, I like trying to find like vintage like brown shoes, and like I found vintage Skechers in my size before. I want to find another pair that's like actual like also vintage Skechers in my size. I'd like to find that, because they're like cute neutrals and like embroidered and fancy and like comfy and everything. I found Doc Martens that are brown and like vintage in my size. They're like cute little, like kind of like Oxfords almost in a way. They're close to that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. That's the closest shoe I could think of to it. And they're very cute and I love them. And I found them online in my size. They're still kind of a little big, but like I love them and they're so cute. What else? Oh, I found, what were they? What my previous brown shoes that I had, because they fit me, but then they broke. I think they were vintage Skechers, like dream ones, and then they broke. The glue undid, so I have to re-glue them back at some point, like with like, I don't know, like special shoe glue. Or the Uma Musume's turn into the glue I use for my shoes. I need to fix those. And then, besides that, what else do I want to find? I want to find more, well, I got some fancy belts, like, that I like. I need to find a replacement, like, bedazzled, like, McBling, like, black belt. Because I have one, but it's all, like, I don't know, it's flaking and, like, kind of flaky and, like, that's kind of gross. And, like, I don't like the flakies. Because the leather is flaking off and, like, yeah. Because it's old. It's someone else's and they donated it. So, like, I need to find one that's, like, newer, not flaking off. Because it gets everywhere and it's like cracked and not the best looking. Need to find that. Really want to find more McBling shirts. I have like 2 that I found one day and like they're very nice and I want more. Also, like, any Hello Kitty or Sanrio shirts. I like finding those. But not like, I only have one that's like, I don't know, like from a store and not thrifted. I want to find them thrifting because that's more fun. I don't want to just purchase them. What else do I want? Let me think. I'm trying to get Choco Caps from blind boxes. I managed to get one recently out of like out of 3 blind boxes I got one Choco Cat, which was the goal. And then I had like another one where like I tried I tried twice to get Choco Cat from this even bigger blind box. No Choco Cat. I got Hello Kitty, Kuromi, actually 3 times. Kuromi, Hello Kitty, and then My Melody. But I didn't get Choco Cat, which is what I want from everything. Because I've been like into blind boxes lately, but like particular ones. And like I don't really get them usually because I don't like risking getting the wrong ones, because half the time it's like I don't want any of them but this one. And then but that's like pointless to me, because I have to like the other ones just in case I get them too, because otherwise it feels like a waste of time and I get so disappointed. So like I don't usually go after blind boxes, except for like Sanrio ones, because if they have Choco Cat then I go after it because I love Choco Cat so much. But also if they have like other cute ones, like I don't usually mind too bad getting them. I think they're also cute. But yeah. I've been on the lookout for like buttons and magnets, because now I have a fridge that I can put magnets on. Like a big old fridge, like a full-size fridge, and it's fun and nice, and I can fit so much food in there. And I've been getting like buttons for my lanyard and like my backpack, and like different keychains for my different bags and like backpack and everything, and it's been so nice. And I love collecting them. I love my trinkets, and I love finding trinkets on the ground. I love finding trinkets everywhere. I love hunting down. But yeah. Anyways, I think, yeah, what time is it? It's 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. It's been 2 hours and 44 minutes. So like, yeah. I think next time I'm gonna stream is actually, what's it called? Maybe next week on Monday, it depends. It would probably be on a Monday if I do stream at all, usually. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out like trying to get some games sent over, like Minecraft and stuff, from my PC at home this weekend, if I do manage. But like, yeah. I'm gonna try to do that so like I could actually stream games besides Roblox. And well, I have some Steam games I want to play too. I could play Fields of Mysteria, but we'd have to start over because I don't have my saves. Things like that. I need to find more games to play, like free games and like other stuff, or like just other stuff. Yeah, or things to do. I love chatting. I'm gonna be mostly chatting streams. For the time being, because I love to chat. And I love to chat over games too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys maybe Monday around 1:30 p.m. CST. I'll probably make an announcement then, like closer to time when I actually do. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye. Bye.